Hey, what's up everyone? I am Kaiju Cooper, and today we are taking a look at the Transformers Siege Optimus Prime. And if you couldn't tell already, this is the 35th anniversary version. Basically all that means is you get like all this cartoon looking paint job, to emulate cell shading, I'm pretty sure. I mean, it looks nice, although I will say the white here is just, it's a little bit too bright for my taste. But, as tradition, before we take a look at the figure, we will take a look at the packaging here. And here it is. It's a really nice box. Let me adjust the camera. Taking a look at it, you get the Transformers Siege logo right there. Optimus Prime, the classic animation. Classic animation. Classic animation. Classic animation. Classic animation. And Transformers on the side. Generations. Kind of scuffed up though. 35th anniversary. 1984, 2019. Wow, 2019 was, what, 5 years ago? I'm sorry, 4, I think. I don't know. I can't do math. That beautiful Siege artwork here. I absolutely love it. It's amazing. Transformers authentic. And one thing that I wish they put on the Siege figure, either version, I wish they gave Optimus that scar he has on the box art and in the show. That would have been nice. Get some nice product shots on the back. 35th anniversary. Function Autobot leader. 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 Function Autobot. And barcode. Hasbro. Bottom. Legal information. That's pretty much it. You get a little thing at the top there. Autobot logo. And that is it for the packaging. Pretty okay packaging. And here's the instruction manual. I mean, it's just an instruction manual to get 3D render of Optimus Prime, Transformers, 35th anniversary, Transformers generations there, War for Cybertron, numbers, whatever. Get some stuff on the back there, some tech specs, I think. And it's just a fold out, so whatever. Taking a look at Optimus Prime himself, he is a very good looking figure, although he is definitely not as good as the Earthrise figure, but at this point I think everyone knows that. But of course that doesn't mean he's not a fun figure overall. He's still really fun to mess around with, but wow, the kibble me timbers. He's got the backpack, which I wouldn't mind that much. I mean, I really don't mind it that much, but it's the arms, man. Like, these panels, not that big of a deal. These giant things there are just, they're just stupid. They look horrible, and they just jut off the arm way too much. Oh, I will say the legs are pretty much done perfectly. It's not too gappy. They did the wheels pretty nicely, and yeah, that's pretty much it for his legs. One touch, though, I will say that is way nicer about the Siege Optimus Prime, like either version, is that they painted the headlights. They didn't do that on Earthrise Prime, which it was just kind of annoying. It wasn't that big of a deal, but it's like, why didn't you paint them? You get some really nice bits of silver for the shoulders here and for his legs, although since they did it for the legs and the shoulders, it makes you wonder why they didn't just do it for the chest. But then again, the chest is the most cartoon looking part of the figure. Although the head looks good, but I definitely think they colored it way too dark. Wait, I'm not racist, I swear. And I wouldn't mind it that much either if his neck wasn't like bright pearly white. So yeah, it also doesn't really match with the thighs at all. So, not a deal breaker. Still looks really, really nice. You get a little bit of silver there at his crest thing. So yeah. There are tons of great accents throughout the figure though, like these lighter little streaks of pink. They complement it and give it that cel-shaded look, so that's pretty nice. You also get tons of yellow bits, like I mentioned. Headlights there, the arm arrows, his crotch is done really nicely, surprisingly, like, really, really nicely. I like his crotch. Thighs were also painted very nicely with those streaks, nice clean thighs. You also get some lighter blue streaks along his knees, and his toes are painted, so that's pretty cool. So, yeah. Now, in terms of articulation, you do get a baldwin at the head. It's pretty good when you have it like near the middle, but when you turn to the side too much, it gets like really floppy, which is like really weird. His arm swivels all the way around, and it also moves out. Now, it doesn't work the same way as Earthrise Prime. Let me grab him here real quick. Oh. With Earthrise Prime, you might notice when his arm moves out, it takes this smokestack with it. It goes all the way out at that part. But here, there's a separate piece inside of his arm. So it's more of a shoulder guard, I guess. You get a bicep swivel there, pretty tight. You also get a nice elbow. And yeah, it's a nice 90. You also get a swivel at the hand right there. So yeah, you got a nice waist swivel. You know, it's a waist swivel. He can kick about that far. I will say this part's kind of annoying. They should have just made that like a crotch flap or have it be part of the leg, but kicks out about that far. Get a nice over 90-degree knee, and that is great. You don't get a thigh swivel, you get a knee swivel. That is more for the transformation, but it's nice that they had that. Really nice ankle tilt and posable toes. So yeah, that is pretty good. And he does come with a couple accessories. First one up, you got his classic ion blaster gun rifle thing. Pretty cool. You know, obviously it just plugs into his hand, and he looks pretty nice wielding it. It is a bit gappy, I will say. They kind of just made it look like mechanical detailing, but it's just gaps. You get some nice streaks of gray there, though, and that's supposed to make it look more animation accurate, I guess, but, you know, whatever. He also has this pathetic excuse for a shield with more of the same color scheme, you know, the black with the gray streaks, and it plugs into his arm, and the shield looks horrible. This doesn't work as a shield at all. You know, it's so small. It's only going to work if someone shoots directly at his arm, and it's like, bruh, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, I'd give it a pass if it looked cool, but it's just too bulky and thick. Also, looking at some of the product images for Optimus, you can apparently do a weapon combination, which looks like this. Wow, look, it's got another barrel now. Now, it doesn't look good. With this part, it's on a hinge, so you can just, like, take that off, and that doesn't look as bad, you know, it just looks like you kind of added a scope to it. But, yeah, this can just pop right back on if it will. Yeah, so this is shield configuration, but it's more like you're just folding up the axe. I don't know why they tried to make it a shield. And flip out these blades here, and that looks, it's okay. It's way too bulky because they tried to make it look like a shield instead of just having it be an axe that folds up. But, you know, it's not the worst. It just plugs into his hand like that. Pretty simple, and it looks pretty decent. You know, he's got an axe, which is nice. I would have preferred if they just gave him like a normal Energon axe instead of this weird shield axe combo thing. So yeah, of course the ion blaster, you know, looks just fine. Not much to say with that, but yeah, that is pretty much it for his accessories. And of course, he can hold anything that is a 5mm peg. So he can hold bootleg Megatron's sword, and that actually looks pretty good. And now for some size comparisons. Here he is next to Studio Series Voyager Starscream. He was gifted to me by my good friend FizzBiz Films. Go ahead, check that review out. It should be linked in the card up above. So yeah. Here he is next to Deluxe Class Prime Ratchet. Big thank you to Beaky Smalls on Whatnot. If you guys want to check them out, go ahead, check the link in the description or top comment. The link will be in one of those two places. I get kind of lazy sometimes. It'll probably be in the top comment. Authentics Megatron. And finally, here he is next to some mainline Optimus Prime figures. I may have customized Earthrise Prime a little bit, you know, just a little bit. You can't even tell. And here he is in his truck mode. I mean, it's a solid truck, but this is where the 35th anniversary, you know, animation accurate kind of falls apart, because Earthrise Prime definitely would have been better for this. This is obviously not an Earth truck. I mean, just look at it. Also, those smokestacks are pathetically tiny. I know that there's upgrades for it, but come on, guys. It just don't look good. Despite this not really looking like the truck from the, you know, original animation, it still looks really, really good. All the cell shaded stuff, you know, especially the windows here and the grill, this looks beautiful. I love the way this looks. You know, you still got the red streaks going throughout there. Same on the sides here. Looks great. I love it. Same here with these gas tanks that actually look really, really nice. Come to the back. It's, you know, pretty solid truck bed. Really nice, you know, wheels here. I like the way that they get covered a little bit. And you get the tail lights at the back. So, yeah, overall, pretty decent truck mode. And in case you were wondering, you can tab that onto the back there. You know, Earthrise Optimus Prime trailer, and that rolls, you know, this truck really doesn't roll that well, surprisingly, but it does look pretty good. It does complete the look a little bit, and I do really like the way it looks. Look. And if you flip up the shield, if you flip up the shield into its shield configuration, you just can put that on the back. And, you know, that doesn't look too bad. I really think that this was what the configuration was meant for, not to be a shield. Although, the gun is significantly more stupid. You just plug it in the top. And, you know, no, I'm not doing that. If anything, I'll just leave the axe off and put the gun on the back. You know, like this. You know, that's that. It really doesn't need a giant gun on the top because you have these tiny little machine guns on the front of the truck already. So, yeah. I'm not doing size comparisons, though. I'm not transforming all of those figures. That's just too much. But yeah, Siege Optimus Prime is a really, really good figure. I mean, I like this deco quite a bit. I definitely think Earthrise Prime is better, but I think everyone knows that. But that does not mean that this figure is bad. Just because it's not as good doesn't mean it's worse either. I like this figure a lot. It's very fun, very chunky, a lot of fun to mess around with, very fun. How many times have I said fun? Put a fun counter up there. Come on, Cooper, put it. Fun. Yeah, so fun counter. So yeah, this is a pretty good figure. I like it a lot. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10.
Amazing. A booby trap that actually catches boobies.